My mom is a tribal member of the reservation. I am actually enrolled in a different reservation called the Lower Brule Sioux Indian Reservation, and that is my dad's reservation. So therefore, I have blood from both sides. My wife is enrolled in the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. So like my daughter, she would be like Pine Ridge twice and Lower Brule once. I'm enrolled in Lower Brule, but I currently reside on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. I live there now, and that's where the whole movie was shot. It was on the Pine Ridge. The Cowboys and the Indians isn't a big war. It's not that way. The cavalry, just because they are on horses in the West, doesn't mean that they were cowboys. They were federal. They were the government, basically, is all they are, and all they were doing was taking over the land. Cowboys and Indians have always had the connection with the horsemanship. The Sioux, the Lakota, which I am, the Dakota, and the Nakota are the three branches of the Sioux. The Sioux was the first Native American to conquer the horse. That made them much more resilient. They were able to move much faster. They were able to live nomadically. They were able to raid and travel much more efficiently. Native American women could assemble a teepee in around 12 seconds. And 10 people could live in a teepee, So it was, they followed the buffalo from southern Canada to northern Texas. And when the cavalry came in, they forced them onto these reservations. And these people who have lived nomadically for hundreds and thousands of years had their whole life completely taken away. And they were forced to do things like cut their hair. They were forced, with religion was forced on them, typically Christianity. And I'm a Christian by choice, and I also have my Native American traditional cultural views. And I feel like there shouldn't be one without the other necessarily. They don't contradict each other in any way. It's more of like the answer to how instead of why. They were forced, like I said, to cut their hair, to learn English, to move to these reservations, to stop hunting the buffalo. They tried to force them to be farmers on property that did not grow crops. It was just, it's sad. And there are good things about it not changing, and there are bad things about it not changing. Many Native Americans have turned to things such as drugs, such as alcohol, even just laziness, because of their way of life being taken away. They needed to rediscover a purpose of life, and some of them it's not a positive purpose. They feel like they have no hope. I feel very honored to be able to portray and express my part of the world. But like I said, some things have got to change. And by change, I mean go back to the way they used to be. But there are many things that have not changed, like such as the cultural views, the tradition, and the way of life. So there are positives and negatives of both.